On 2nd and 5, plenty of time for Dalton. They're short of the first down on the catch by the rookie, Josh Malone. And Ryan Shazier, the leader of this Pittsburgh defense, is not getting up.
You guessed it, time for a Just Ask Dad session. Today we're going to talk about Monday Night Football and Ryan Shazier clearly demonstrating that every play in football can be life-changing. The media is going to grab on this and clearly try to latch on how dangerous football can be. We're going to go talk to Sean. He's been playing football for 12 years and rugby for 10. So let's see what he thinks about this entire game.
All right. Whose car do we have today, Sean?
Well, today we actually have our boss's demo, and is this camera running too?
No, just this one.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is a one camera process at the moment.
I like it. It's old school. Yeah. Today, Nick, we have our boss's demo, a 2018 Grand Cherokee Sterling edition. It is a new fucking edition that they've come up with. Every year, there's more of them. But you know what
Did
the
you
best
get permission to do this?
Nothing to grab hold on now.
Do you know what the best thing is about driving your boss's demo?
What's that?
Changing his memory seating to fit you.
The seat is, you programmed your memory seating into your boss's car.
Hey guys, we're here with Just Ask Dad, Nick here, and
Sean,
today we're going to talk about what now?
we are currently driving a 2018 Grand Cherokee Sterling edition, which is the latest thing they've cooked up as far as special badging and options that come inside of it. Yeah, Nick, what's your initial response, man? What do you think?
I love Grand Cherokees. They are beautiful.
They are the flagship of the Jeep brand, definitely, for like the whole mid-size, larger luxury SUV thing. And this is fucking it.
It's awesome. If I wasn't so hung up on a Wrangler, the Grand Cherokee would be next in line.
Yeah, no, I particularly love this one. It's technically like a kind of a mid-range trim level, but looking at this, like, if you didn't have an expert knowledge as far as what is available in a Grand Cherokee, you'd never know that this one was missing any options. You got heated seats all around, navigation, the big 9-inch touchscreen, Apple Car, Android, Auto, whatever you want to call it.
The 4th gen Uconnect, yeah.
That's it. All the seats are heated, including the steering wheel. Not that I'd really recommend sitting on that.
Well, you could. I mean, it would feel pretty awkward, but...
To each their own. Hey,
I've seen worse.
we don't judge. Fuck. This particular one does have, as most Grand Cherokees, actually all Grand Cherokees do, the ZF 8-speed TorqueFlite automatic transmission, which is probably my favorite automatic transmission I've ever driven. For some reason, 8. Just the right number of gears to get you great fuel economy, but also to not have your vehicle jump around all over the place if you need to give it a little bit of gas. This one does have the 5.7 liter V8 Hemi engine.
Hemi?
Does it have a Hemi in it, Nick?
That thing got a Hemi?
Hey, that thing got a Hemi? You're about to find out.
That commercial is freaking hilarious.
The only thing about this particular Grand Cherokee that I don't know if I'm too keen on is the white leather interior, which...
Why? Why would you get white leather?
Well, apparently they well, you know what? They probably just don't wear blue jeans, actually, because even with like the ridiculous $500 blue jeans, white leather, there's still going to be some transfer of color.
Yeah, especially if it's hot out and you got a heated seat.
Panel roof, tow package. The Hemi's tuned for like 390, 80 odd horsepower.
What the fuck? Panel roof, moon roof. What the fuck is the difference? It's the same thing, right?
Ford and Chrysler?
It's just, okay,
I think
it's a brand thing,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
We technically, hold on, if we're gonna get like technical about this, this is not actually a panoramic roof. This is a dual pane command view sunroof. Dual pane. Only the front slides open, but still, it's nice and big, goes all the way to the back. And hey, right as we get on the highway, how's the pickup?
Oh yeah.
Love the Hemi.
Right,
Really do. With this Grand Cherokee, it does come with the sport mode option, which pretty much just enables me to drive like the asshole that I usually drive like. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better. But
You'll get there.
I know. Right now, if my driving was a clue right now, if my driving was a clue in Jeopardy, the correct response would still be, "What is that guy's problem?" But yeah, hey, one day at a time, right, guys? I'm forcing
Intro
Nick
here.
to watch Monday Night Football. Yeah.
Forces me Sunday all day, all fucking day. This guy's watching football. So how'd you guys do today? Okay, we won't bash football.
We're trying to integrate you into the dealership culture where everyone and their cousin fucking plays fantasy football. Yes.
Fantasy football. That's
So the hit that Nick's talking about is
Ryan
Shazier.
Oh my God.
Getting his spine
Shazier.
compressed. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well,
It's kind of a freak hit though.
It looks like a normal hit, right? Like it just
He dipped
jumps
his head.
at him.
He dipped his head, and he hit him with the top of his head instead of the face mask, which sucks. Yes.
And so then it went on, and the rest of the game there were two more hits that were totally uncalled for.
No. I disagree with you there. The hit on Vontae Burfict, who is probably the most fined. We can look it up. I don't actually know that. He gets called out for dirty plays all the time.
Yeah.
He got lit up on a crackback from a smaller wide receiver, Juju. I always forget if it's Schuster-Smith or Smith-Schuster. Anyways, Juju lit him the fuck up and then flexed over him. Like, he caught it in the chin, and like, you don't ever want to see a player get hurt. But if it's one of the dirtiest players in the league getting lit up by a smaller wide receiver,
Yeah, something's gonna happen. Obviously, the media is picking up on this, and all they want to say is how brutal and how bad football is, and it's dangerous. So, for example, the one that happened in the end zone there, what goes through the head of a guy in the end zone? What's the end zone head like? When you played football, so
I did.
12 years?
Yeah.
So tell us what it's like when you're in the end zone and a guy's about to catch something in your end zone.
Your only thought at that point, whether it's practice or a game, is how do I separate the man from the ball? If you can't actually get a hand on the ball, you try and isolate the most vulnerable point in his body, which is usually like your chest or shoulder or something, and then just hit it as hard as you can. Now, the rule used to be you could use the crown of your helmet. Cue footage of basically any hit John Lynch ever made in his career. But now you've got to shift to the shoulder. So a lot of guys are taking on more of a rugby style tackle, which, yeah, 100%, it's way safer.
Right, they're trying to change the whole game up a little bit, aren't they? They're trying to get rid of certain hits and all
Totally,
that stuff.
totally. Which makes a lot of sense for the player safety, but not only that, it takes a lot of power away from the defenses, and as a result, quarterbacks are throwing for more yards, there's more touchdowns, points are getting higher, the game in owners' minds is more entertaining. Football is less and less the way it used to be, and now it's becoming more and more like Arena League,
Right.
where you're getting these 40 to 38, 50 to 40 scores.
Are these guys overreacting? Are they stepping out of their bounds? Or is it just you're such in a zone that you're thinking, as a player, you're reacting. You're not really thinking that a million people are watching you. And
So I kept playing until like 2007? Longer than that. I forget.
You're not that old yet.
2011.
Those are gray hairs there.
Sorry, too many concussions. Anyways, besides that, guys have been, so the first half of guys' playing career, when they start out like as kids in Pop Warner, they were taught to hit a certain way, and that was like drilled into their heads the whole time. And now with the changes in the rules, the guys at the highest level are the ones who have to change the way they've played the game that they've played since they were, 6 years old. So it's going to take time, and it's going to probably keep happening until the kids who are being taught these new ways of playing and tackling make it to the NFL, and then the old school way will get phased out, and it'll be like when we look at baseball players from the 1920s catching a line drive with a bare hand, and you think to yourself, Jesus.
All right.
I can't comment a ton on that.
I don't watch a lot of sports in general. I just pretend I know what I'm talking about.
No, that's what I do with car sales. You know what, man? I am super biased when it comes to Grand Cherokees, I will be honest. They've been around since like 93, and I actually purchased, definitely secondhand, a 1996 Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Well, I remember those.
Which I believe is French for the Rado.
Look at this beautiful, beautiful machinery.
Yeah, but I know I absolutely loved it. It was one of my first cars probably the first car I purchased entirely with my own money. Took that thing everywhere. It had I believe it was the first ever. I'll get John Wilson to quote me on this.
John's one of our dads. He's behind the scenes usually.
He's our Chrysler historian.
He'll come on. We'll do history. The history of Chrysler was with John.
But anyways, nonetheless, I'm pretty sure that this particular sort of generation of Grand Cherokee was the first one to use a four-wheel drive system that did not require any driver input. It would just, boom, throw itself into four-wheel drive as soon as the rear tires had any slippage, which on paper sounds great until the vehicle gets, in my case, like 15 years old, and your four-wheel drive system engages and will not disengage. Their transfer case blows while it's not blows, but sort of seizes while it's engaged. And you're driving a 5.2 liter V8 engine with no cylinder cancellation in like a 5-speed transmission in full-time four-wheel drive, like 4 high all the time. Fuel got pretty friggin' expensive, let me tell you.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and
is it better now?
Oh, in general, yeah, absolutely. So if you compare V8 to V8, number one, this one's got like 150 more horsepower than the one I had. Number two, you've got a cylinder cancellation system, so when you're in a low torque, as they call it, situation, the vehicle's actually only running on 4 cylinders. And then you've got an 8-speed transmission, which when you're cruising, keeps your RPMs probably somewhere between 15 to 1800 rotations.
So the same engine is in
revolutions.
The V8 Hemi is in this Grand Cherokee. It's also the same one in a 15 Hundo.
Correct.
Now, do you get
tuned a little differently?
Do you get better mileage on the Grand Cherokee, or is it about the same as the 15 Hundo?
It's about the same, but you'll probably get a little bit better in the Grand Cherokee because there are a lot of features available in it, like the air ride suspension system, which will actually move the height of the vehicle up and down, although that is available in your 1500s as well. That being said, the overall shape of a Grand Cherokee is more aerodynamic. Like I said, pretty negligible. You're not really going to feel it. Unless you need a truck, I'd probably go with a Grand Cherokee. The tow capability on this is still pretty remarkable. You're looking at 7,200 pounds with a Hemi, and that's just based off of the weight of the vehicle.
All right, guys, there you have it.
Shut up.
Oh, God. What's happening?
I don't know.
Did you pee yourself?
No, it's the park assist. I turned it off. I hate it. It beeps when you turn it off. I turned it off so that it wouldn't fucking beep at me.
Well, it's beeping to tell you that you've turned it off now.
Never mind.
Okay,
That's
guys,
okay.
thanks for tuning in. This is
Sean.
This is Nick. We are Just Ask Dad. If you have a question, you want to see us drive a certain vehicle, let us know. Leave comments below, subscribe, share, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. If you want to say we're stupid too, you can write that down there too.
Don't say that. I'm delicate.
No, dude, well, you might cry a little bit, but we'll console him. It'll be fine.
Just inside.
It'll be fine.
Just inside.
We'll see you next, I don't know. So far, it's every day. So maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we'll see you tonight. We're going to start a podcast. We'll put the link in the description for you guys.
Good God.
Peace.